Los Angeles Rams up next. They're over under one of the top teams for Cynthia, but they're over unders 10.5 here for the Rams. She has them under at 9.7, but still one of the better teams in the NFC here. Rams are coming in with some hype, and when we take a step back and look at the way they've built this team, really impressive that they're at this point when, repeat it again, 2 years ago, 2 years ago, Zach was like the mini camp quarterback because they had no quarterbacks and Stafford was hurt. I mean, it was awful. They had like 30 guys under contract. It wasn't even that it was awful. It was just they were stripping it down, right? Their go for it moves of go and get Von Miller and go get Jalen Ramsey and go win a Super Bowl with some stars. They had to come down to come back up, and the fact that they've made it back up with this youth movement, still Stafford, but a youth movement to get this roster back on track, been very impressive by Les Snead and company.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is basically not a guarantee, but this is an easy over unless Stafford falls off a cliff or gets hurt or some combination of both, right? That we brought this up the last show or the show before. Stafford is now at the age, 37 years old, where quarterbacks used to decline badly. This was the end for Joe Montana. This was the end for Eli Manning. This was the end for quarterbacks in the 90s, the 2000s. And then Tom Brady comes along with his avocado ice cream and his water and his, weird banned exercises from the guy they banned from the building. And suddenly he's able to play like a superstar until he's 45 years old. And I think basically quit just because he got bored, not because he couldn't play anymore. So it broke everybody's brain because that's another 8 years of that's a career's worth of high level play on top of when quarterbacks used to stop playing well. So that changes everything. I don't know what the line is anymore. Is that the new standard? Is that this is what's possible theoretically? And quarterbacks are going to keep pushing towards that. Or is 37, 38, 39 still an area where you need to start thinking this guy could be done any year now? Because that's where Stafford is right now. He's at least at the beginning of the period where any year it can just stop happening now. And I think that's really the only thing that could hold this team back.
Sorry to interrupt, but and he's had a lot of back injuries and he had the thumb injury a couple of years ago. I mean, he's battled a lot. I mean, I think when Brady maybe didn't disclose some of the stuff that he was going through. I think he played through like a torn MCL in 2020 or one of the years that they won the Super Bowl, whatever it was. So he battled through injuries as well. But Stafford's feel more in any given year, I worry about his back, which is why every year during draft time, I'm like, I wonder if the Rams are going to draft the next guy because they don't know about Stafford's future. And they were close to moving on from him this offseason.
Yeah, I think from a punishment standpoint, he's taken the punishment of a quarterback beyond his time, right? I think he's taken a punishment more akin to quarterbacks in the 90s and 2000s where they took bigger hits, they took more of them. Stafford has played the game that way. I mean, his most defining career highlight clip is that video of him where he got destroyed for the Lions and he's almost in tears, like he can barely function, like they're trying to stop the game and get him off the field. He's like, get away from me. Comes up, makes the next throw, scores or whatever, and then collapses again, has to shoo away guys trying to celebrate with him because he's still in so much pain from the hit he took. That dude, I mean, toughness, you can't criticize Stafford's toughness, but he's taken that kind of punishment fairly consistently throughout his NFL career, which you can't say for other quarterbacks, right? Brady took some hits, all right, but he didn't do that on a regular basis. Stafford has done that, and I would be very shocked if that did not impact his ultimate duration of how long he can last.
That was early in his career. That was either his rookie season or his second year.
So I'm not saying that individual hit is why he's going to last till 37, but a career of those, I would be shocked if he can play till 44 or whatever.
Yeah. And a few years ago, he just randomly, we didn't think he had an injury, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, Stafford's out for the year with a back injury. I mean, he's battled some stuff. So yeah, that makes this one, when you're talking win totals, of course, we could all sit here and say, well, if all the players stay healthy, of course the Rams are going to win more than they're going to win 11 or more games. They're good up and down the board, but I think they are one of the more fragile teams because of Stafford, and I would say just because of Davante Adams coming in with all the pressure I think that's going to be on him at his age. He maybe not to be the number one because of Puka Nacua, but to be that high end number two here, which on paper, on an optimism show, I'm talking about that. Great. That's Stafford with Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. Of course that's going to work. But when we're projecting win totals, I think you have to at least factor that in, that two of the players that they're relying on most, Stafford, Devontae Adams, are getting up there in age. So that's where I'm going to lean under, because 10.5 is a big number too. I'm going to lean under the 10.5 here for the Rams because of those reasons.
I'm going to go over though. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of our video.
For more great content, click here to subscribe and here to watch another video. We'll see you again soon.